Alright, so I'm just gonna start off by saying that today is May 8th, the 9th. And from my previous job to this job, it's quite the difference. I went through not having a job for a little bit. I had a job under the table, and then, ended up getting hired back at, the place I used to work. So since I got fired from my last job, because Mexican dude actually got me fired. Kudos to him, he actually did it. But I got hired, as a barista for a company, and then, I actually got laid off after almost 8 months having the job. And then I didn't have a job for a little bit. I was kind of here and there under the table jobs. Worked for a dude at a body shop. And I went like 3 weeks without seeing a paycheck, nothing. And it was payday. And he showed up with 2 Hot Wheels cars that were my car. I was like, dude, this is not a paycheck. This doesn't even level out a paycheck. Not even, I couldn't even sell these on eBay for more than like $2, even if I really wanted to. So, I stopped there, and I was kind of really skimming the budget to, my budget, to find a way to not have a job for a little bit. So I could be a little bit more picky about where I got a job. Well, the company that I worked for as a barista hired me back, and I took the job. That's what I do now. I'm a delivery driver for that company. So I deliver all their coffee, all the milk that these coffee stands need. I deliver it. But I had a bone to pick with the owner's daughter. So I understand her father owns the company and whatnot, so it is what it is. She can't make coffee to save her life. Her life depended on it. I don't think she could make a good cup of coffee. Coming from experience of having her make me a drink, I should have just gone back to the office and made it myself. Because number one, I wouldn't have had to pay for it. And number two, it would have actually been a good coffee. Well, every time I go into this stand to deliver their stuff, I'm always like, hey, like, how you been? Like, don't get me wrong, I don't like her, but number one, she's the owner's daughter. Number two, kind of have to be nice, you know. I have to frequently see her, so I may as well be civil, you know, and try to keep drama to a minimum. But, I go in there today, I literally just got in there, and so I also have to pick up their deposits and everything, and get change for them when they need change, quarters and whatnot. Not a big deal. It's not a large amount of money that I'm moving, by any means, but, I was like, hey, I forgot the deposit, here's Red Bull, I heard you guys needed some, here you go. And she walks up, I'm talking to the other barista, and she walks up and is like, hey, and kind of cuts me off. Yeah, I'm sitting outside one of the stands. Cuts me off and kind of, sends me and, literally, cuts off the conversation and, sends me on my way. And I just, what is wrong with you? What possessed you to think that acting like that was okay? But then again, can't say anything, because guess what? Owner's daughter. So, yeah. It's just ridiculous. But on a side note, though, I'm getting beefy. From having this job, I have to go pick up milk for all these stands from the retailer that we pick it up from, and today I did some easy math. So, actually, it's sitting in the back. So I'll read off yesterday's milk order. It was 50 whole milk, 7 non-fat milk, 37 half and half, and 16 whipped cream. And this one is pretty close to that. It weighs a little bit more, but today it weighs 675 pounds. Not counting the Red Bull that went down, or the whipped cream, because those are just, I mean, really, those weigh maybe 10 pounds, so it wasn't really a big feat. It's not like carrying 6 gallons of milk at once, or 12 like I can. So I just didn't count those. And, I've come to notice I can lift quite a bit more than when I was a barista. Just from having to move it, it's crazy. But, yeah, I guess I'll, not that I have any followers anyway, but, guess check in occasionally as to how my life is going. The only other thing I can think of that kind of sucks right now, my baby, my car, I blew up my 305 that was in it, so I got a loan and financed that loan against my car for like $5 grand to fix my car. Well, I found this guy that was like, I'll do it for $750. This is the business that I do on the side. I'm not going to take any money until your car is done. I want you to be happy with it. You know, I want you to be happy with the work that was done. Well, he got my old engine out, and now he wants $1,000 to finish my car. So, yeah. The other side of that, the new engine I bought was like $2,500. And then my dumbass decided to go buy a gun, which, don't get me wrong, was not a lot of money. It was a handgun. I bought a Smith & Wesson MMP Shield. It's a 9mm. It's nothing ginormously, ridiculously expensive. But, that was $400. I mean, like, that's quite a chunk of money, but in the scheme of things, it was not a lot of money. And so I also bought a gun, and I got a rental car for while my car was being worked on. Well, the rental car I had was about $600, no, almost $800 per week. So I was like, well, I can't really afford this anymore, so I gave it back. I didn't want to drain, you know, the last $2.5 grand I had on one car, so I returned it. I got a U-Haul pickup truck. $20 a day plus 79 cents a mile in the town I live in, which is literally a stoplight town. And I racked up a bill of $950, but I had the thing for a month. Well, between the fuel for the cars and actually paying for them, that $2,500 went to me having a car. But the guy that's supposed to fix my car has had my car for like 6 weeks. And all of a sudden now, after like 2 weeks ago, he got my engine out, my old one. And now is when he wants me to pay him $1,000. And I just like, I wholeheartedly shouldn't have doubted myself. I should have just done it myself. Because God knows that's how I've always done any of the work that needs to be done on my car. I've come to realize that this town has some shady mechanics, and they'll say one thing and completely do another. So, my plan now is to, I'm looking at a truck tomorrow. Gonna buy a truck so that I have a car, so that I can actually get to and from work without depending on my best friend to get up at 5 in the morning to drive me. Put some cheap insurance on my Camaro, some like storage insurance. It's $5 a month, no big deal. Get some liability on this truck, just so that it has something. I'm insured, other drivers are insured. If I hit them, you know, if they don't have the coverage that they need, they'll be covered under me, and just kind of go from there. Cause I need to pick up my car and I need to finish it myself, because this is just not working for me. The only problem is going to be convincing my father to allow me to finish my car in our garage, which should be an adventure. But yeah, like I said before, we'll check in as life goes, Yeah, c'est la vie.